Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Yep. Tis the working. Tis the working. I need my phone out so I can tell if people are commenting. I have I have reached 77 subscribers as of this moment, which means I'll probably be at 75 next week, but I have 77 subscribers. I've literally grown 50 subscribers in the last I think year. Less than a year actually. Yeah. Okay, so like last time, I announced that we were gonna go here. So my best bet in finding a freaking sledgehammer is down there, and I don't know if I packed any lunch. Yeah, I did. I had to, right? Yeah, I got food. Just in case though. Can I not break it? Oh, I've been in here. I've definitely been in there. Alright. It's basically just going to be a travel log. Like an epic fantasy. This pancake mix. I don't want to be a zombie. Meat cleaver could be nice, but kind of want to travel light just in case I find some really nice stuff. Take this because I don't have a can opener as the thing. So, well, I have a knife and a machete. Okay, let me shut that door. Has a garage. Nope. Knew I was gonna get freaking hungry. Do I have anything opened? Yeah, there we go. Eat all of it. Alright. If you're wondering why I did not stream yesterday, it's because I was playing this game with my sister. We were playing on a server. We may stream in the future. I don't know. It might be too much for my computer to handle. And there's nothing in here that I need. Okay. Okay. Well, off to where we were planning on going. Hello, zombies. Whoa. I know you. That's my first character. I totally forgot I'm in the city where my first character was. Bruh. I didn't really have anything though. I died pretty immediately. Pancake mix. A poncho. Damn, boy. Wow. Let's remove that, huh? I'm so glad I don't have to worry about freaking lacerations getting me infected anymore. My poor first character. Barely knew how to play the game at that point. And he bit me, or he scratched me at least. I don't know if it's my mouse or if it's just my fingers not being like used to using a mouse like this, but it deactivates the aiming system sometimes. And I don't know why. It could just be me. It could just be because I'm a freaking dipshit. But I like to think that I'm not. Let's pull out the map real fast. Okay, I either have to travel through a bunch of forest, or I could go on this road right here. So let's go on that road. Yep, travel log. Day 1. It's been a long day without you, my friends. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Hello. Dude, it is OP to upgrade your freaking... Oh my gosh. So OP to upgrade that and use a machete. Hopefully my machete doesn't break, because if it does, that'll be unfortunate for me. We can check what state it's in. Yeah, we're freaking fine. It is so much damage, man. We don't need to go that way. We just go through. Yep, I killed these zombies. Come here, you duff. Okay, good team. Red shirt. I should probably go kill the other one. All comes full circle. One of these houses was my spawn house. I went out and immediately got spotted by all the zombies. For sure, yeah. For sure looted this place. Shovel. Okay. Well, I need a sledgehammer, not a shovel, so I'm a running. Oh, I also put their memory on long. I don't think I said that last time. Yeah, so if they see me, they will follow me for a while. Sadis! Project Zomboid is on 33% discount. Should I buy it? Yes, dude. We could play together. Sorry, I do get notifications on my phone. I don't know how to set it up so I get it on the screen is the problem. But I will be looking. Usually no one comments, to be honest. So I'm not in the habit of looking. But yeah, you should definitely get it, man. I mean, depending on how much it is in your country. Because I know it do be like that. Damn you. There's nothing going on, game. Chill out. Why are you going so hard with nothing going on? Oh. Let me, bitch. Come at me, fiends. Any good stuff at all? Probably not. Nope. Basically looking if they have a machete on them, because machetes are freaking dope, as you can see. It's like, I think I saw you comment, just give me 1 second to kill some zombies. Okay. No, I mean, I don't get stream notifications. Oh, really? Have you clicked the bell? If you click the bell, I'm pretty sure it will like pop up on your screen whenever I do anything. Okay. Who wants some? Come at me, bitch. Whore. What the hell was that? Is that a freaking horse? Hey, look. Keys. Hard hat. Is the keys to this? Yep. It's got some gas in it. How's your engine though? I don't want it exploding on me. Very, very bad. Everything's bad. Okay. This works, but I only get some video notifications. Freaking YouTube, man. What the hell? Axe. I could take this axe just in case my machete breaks, but it's not gonna. Logs. Well, I have the key for that truck. I'm never gonna fix it up though. That's weird. I don't know why it would do that. Maybe, do you watch it on your phone? Or on the computer? Because I watch all my YouTube on my phone. Hello. Okay. These are the guys that followed me out of town. Which a-holes is what they are. Computer. Okay. The game looks confusing, but if a man that can't read do play it, I'm sure I can play too. Yes, you can definitely play it. If I can play it, you can. Okay, so I didn't kill anything here. This is all killed by zombies. So you do it on the computer. I don't know how the computer works, to be honest. If you have a cell phone, I would say go and put your YouTube on it, because then you'll get the notification on your cell phone at least. And I know YouTube's pretty good about doing that. I have no idea how notifications work with computers. Like at all. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched YouTube on a computer before, actually. I'm being completely honest. I do not have a mod on that one shot kills everything. That's just how much I've leveled up my hatchet skills. So usually it's like, but hatchet, I mean, let's be honest, it's only barely better than what the normal hatchet is without having anything leveled up. Because I had a character that had nothing in freaking one-armed blades, and he was killing zombies in 2 hits. So really, it's just a slightly easier. One second, let me look at these guys and I'll look at your comment. My phone doesn't get to. Okay. Oh, it doesn't get the notifications either? Computer just shows when you log into YouTube. Oh, okay. So it doesn't send notifications to like your actual computer. It makes sense. I mean, not like it could do that. I'm gonna drop that into can while I'm out here. Littering! I condone littering. Littering is okay as long as you have a good reason for it. I have planks on me? Why the hell do I have planks on me? Dumb bitch. Okay. Also found out zombies can't climb chain link fences. And me putting those boxes in front of my chain link fences is just me being stupid. So that's great. That's fun. I love that. I guess we'll just use those we'll just pick up those boxes and use them for normal stuff. But yeah, I don't need to put anything in front of those chain link fences. Maybe I can move them to be my other part of the wall. Because I found out if you build a normal wall, you can't see over it. But if you build a fence and then a crate and then another fence, you can see over it and they still won't climb over. So that's probably what I'm going to have to do. Did I walk too far? No, not far enough, eh? There are a few buildings right here I can go check out. Right there. Yeah, I don't know why it's not sending notifications. Maybe click on your app and see what the notifications like. Because sometimes your phone blocks notifications. So maybe if you go look at the app, notification settings, maybe there's something that's like, oh, it won't tell you if you're doing this, you're doing that. Hello. A lot of zombies. Let me, bitches. There we go. Fence warfare, bitch. They climbed over a fence so they can climb over this fence. Zombies do be like that. Hey, boy, get over here, punk ass. You guys got any sledgehammers or machetes on you? Machetes is really, really rare to find on a zombie, but out of the 500 zombies I killed with that one guy with only using a machete and a half, I found one machete, so it's very rare. Does not happen. One sec. This game is literally have a whole world of zombies. That's cool. I know it's popular. I didn't know it was popular until one of my favorite YouTubers said that they played like hundreds of hours of it this last year. And then I was like, oh, this game looks freaking dope. And then I looked up more stuff and I was like, yeah, this game looks freaking sick. I would play this. I'm going to play this no matter what. And what was I saying? Oh. Yeah, I was going to freaking play this no matter what. And I was like, this would actually be kind of a cool thing to stream. Now that I actually have a character that can do stuff and I've changed the settings a little bit, this will be a lot more entertaining of a stream. I'm just hoping you guys have a freaking sledgehammer or something so I don't have to go the rest of the way here. Let's just get all these guys out of the way. Come on. I look drowsy? Oh, I'm feeling sad. Oh no, sadness. Darkness imprisoning me. Okay. Killing the zombies like pulling weeds. So it makes me a little bit more tired. Yeah, like it would only take me like slightly longer if I didn't have anything upgraded in this. Okay, carrot seeds. I might take those. Yeah, I might as well. Right. Okay. I think Herschel let all the freaking zombies out of his barn. Any of them had anything really. Okay. Or open this door. Let's look and see if there's a frick ton of zombies. Nope. We're good. Yeah, it's locked anyway. Okay. Break something. Must have. Alright, let's just freaking bust the window then. Why did you forget with all of them? Why did you fought with all of them? You wasted weapon durability? Yeah, I'm wasting my weapon durability a little bit. But I also kind of want to, like, I turned off respawn of zombies, so I kind of, yeah, it's getting kind of beaten up, isn't it? I'll recolor back in a sec. Okay. Yeah, I definitely should have considered that. I mostly just wanted to kill all the zombies. Probably have to kill all the zombies at the next place too, so I can look around without having zombies breathe down my freaking neck. Barrels. Does it have anything in them? No. Okay. Nothing here. Yeah, we'll leave those 2 zombies alone. I don't need to kill all the zombies out here, to be honest, now that I think about it, because, I mean, I never did need to kill all the zombies out here. Oh, there comes a whole bunch of them. Too bad I can sprint for a freaking while. To be honest, with how much hours I've actually put into this game, if I only had 1 death, my character would be at this level of leveled upness. Let's look at her skills real fast. Like my fitness and my sprinting would definitely be at this high. Long blade, probably not. Okay, I'm gonna have to answer this. I'll be right back. Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
I don't mean to be annoying, but can you look at my text?
Yeah. I looked at him and then you started texting me a bunch after I started streaming.
What?
I started streaming, that's why I haven't looked at any of them.
Oh, gotcha. Also, the temple lady for our thing texted us in a group chat. So we need to call the temple.
Yep.
Or text her and tell her what's going on.
Yeah, we could just probably tell her and then she could do it. I assume. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to just tell you what I texted, or...
What, you already texted her?
No.
Oh, well, you texted me.
I texted you, and you're not looking at the text.
Yeah, you can tell me what you texted.
I started texting my dad about my shoulder, so he's going to take me to urgent care this evening.
Okay.
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 I texted the bishop too.
Yeah.
And he said that he could marry us Friday afternoon,
Okay.
but we need to discuss things with him this evening.
Okay.
And what else? You think it's a good idea to invite Grandma Patty and my mom to the thing? I was just thinking that we just go do it ourselves, and then we just celebrate dinner afterwards.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that'd be best.
What?
I think that'd be best
Okay.
because, I mean, either way, people are going to feel left out if we have anybody show up for it.
Okay. Yeah, Dad was saying, I told my dad. So they're trying to figure things out because Yvonne has a doctor's appointment at like 3:15 p.m. on Friday. And I told him, like, you guys don't have to be to the marrying with our bishop. You could just
Plan on the ceiling.
celebrate us at the dinner
Yeah.
or something like that. Don't we need 2 witnesses
Yeah,
in the room with us?
yeah, but they can be anybody. So like we could have
No.
we could have people from the families, but then I have to orchestrate it with my family, or we could just have like we could have friends, or maybe just some like bishopric. I mean, it's just anybody.
Okay. Also,
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered that I have work this evening from 4 to 9:30, so I'm gonna talk to Tara and say I'm going to urgent care. I can't come in, and we could go meet with the bishop and all that fun stuff tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
All right. I
Okay. I love you.
love you too.
Have fun streaming.
I will. Have fun at the whatever you're doing. the playground thingy.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, why did you... Yep, zombies skip leg day so they can't keep up. Lol, temple. Is that some kind of ancient temple that has giant scorpions in it? I wish. No, the temple is... in our religion, we go get married, we get sealed at a temple. And we had to postpone it because family stuff on her side. We were supposed to go get sealed, is what we call it. We're supposed to go get sealed on February 10th, and then we're gonna have a reception February 11th. But because of specific things that happened, basically, I don't know how to say this without having like, if they ever see this, they're gonna freaking get mad at me or something. But I don't really care. I mean, they already don't like me, okay? And one of the reasons they don't like me is I lost my job, and I've applied to 1,500 places here that all say that they need employees or whatever the hell, and none of them get back to me, or they reject me straight up. And it's very stupid. The job market in America is really stupid. Every employer is picky as hell, and then they blame They blame the people that aren't working or the people that can't get jobs on the reason why there's a. Oh shit! That did nothing. That literally didn't even hurt me. Wait, must have bit me in the wrong spot. Okay. Yeah, the job market in America is really stupid. And I'm not gonna say I'm like the best at it. I obviously like I'm not the best at writing a resume. I'm not the best at doing this, doing that, and this. I do not need to kill all these zombies. Might need to kill these guys though. But I get it. They're doing such bitching about you not having a job. Yeah, they're taking the not having a job thing. I also cannot drive a car because of medical conditions, and they act like it's a choice, like a life choice, which I guess technically it is. I have seizures, like absent-minded seizures, and I just decided a long time ago I just wasn't going to drive. And I've gone to doctors for the absent-minded seizures, bunch of doctors. People look at MFs that has 10-year job experience, but none of them thinking about how will new peoples will get experience. Yeah, seriously, it's kind of ridiculous to be honest. But they like even when you have experience, they like jobs are not obligated to giving you a good recommendation. You could give them your 2 weeks. You can do all that fun jazz, and if they just didn't like you, or let's say the bad manager, answers the phone, you're just screwed. Like, you will just be screwed. And his next job will judge your entire, everything off of that. It doesn't matter like what kind of recommendations you have. If one of the recommendations is negative, that's why people nowadays don't even give their job recommendations. They literally just give like their friend numbers and have them pretend to be managers. Like, that is a thing that happens because of how freaking ridiculous. Huh. Is this a school? No. It's a warehouse of some kind. Yeah. Yeah. Like, there was... My last work conditions was fine when I was working. But the problem was is that I work night shift. But no one gave a shit, right? So they would have meetings at, 1 when I worked night shift, and it also took me so many hours to get home because I can't drive. I'm going to say I can't drive because I feel like I absolutely hate it when people like treat it like it's a burden on them, and it's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, no, I just choose not to drive even though, it sucks ass for me. I have to rely on everybody else to give me a freaking ride, and of course it hurts you more than it hurts me. And there'll be people that I don't even ask for that many rides. Like, I had a roommate that would go to Walmart every week, and I just asked if I could come along with him. And I don't know if he purposely did this, but he would constantly go to Walmart while I was sleeping. Constantly. And maybe because he wanted to get it done earlier. I don't know. I woke up at like 2. Sometimes I woke up at 4, but it was like back when I would wake up at 11, He started going to Walmart by himself and wouldn't like tell me or whatever. And I get if you don't want to like bring me along because it makes it take longer, but you can just tell me that, Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Everyone has weird things in. Do I have a flashlight? I don't think I have a flashlight. I could definitely use one right now. Let's see. Okay. Eat real fast. Okay. Confusing. Just be careful so they can't hurt you or fuck your life up. Yep. Could just acted more mature and tell you he doesn't want you to come. Exactly. Like that's the thing is that it's like I never understood that. It's like I understand if you don't want to give me a ride. But people feel like they're so obligated to do things that now you're a burden. It's like whatever, man. Like even my fiance was like really feeling like, I should just drive. I should just man up and drive, and that I'm just kind of being a turd or whatever. But when I explained the whole situation to her, she's a little bit more understanding. She'd still like it if I could drive, which is fine. I don't know. My family does the same thing. They're just like, you could drive. Who cares? I do, actually. Yeah. Oddly enough, yeah. The reason I'm not driving is because I'm the one that decided not to. Yeah. Weird. And another reason I decided not to drive was because my family abuses it. So, like, my sister, I was living with my sister for a while, and she and her husband would get upset that I couldn't drive because they couldn't send me to go do stuff. They had to go do it. And it wasn't like stuff that, I also needed to have happen. No, it was just like, go pick up their daughter, go to the store for them, all that stuff. And I did ask for rides to like go to the store when I needed to, and I get that, like getting upset about that, that's fine. But my family did it too. Like when I lived with my mom after I got back from my mission, she would be upset that I didn't drive, so I couldn't do freaking errands for her. And I found that really kind of disgusting in a way. I don't know. It gave me more reason to not even try, basically. And that's the same thing. Like, okay, they bring up to Whitney all the time that I can't drive. So like that means when you go into labor, he can't bring you to the freaking hospital. It's like we have 9 months to prepare for that. We have 9 months to come up with a plan of how we're gonna do that. And that's if we only start planning after we get pregnant, after she gets pregnant. Like, what's the deal? Seriously. They act like we have to have everything figured out right now. And then on top of that, that same stupid freaking roommate kind of screwed us over with a car. He didn't really screw us over. I mean, in his mind, he told us everything that was wrong with it. It didn't. He really didn't. But he told us everything that was wrong with it. Told us that it needed a new battery, which, I mean, is another $100. Even the cheapest one's $80, which, I mean, what does a toolbox have in it? Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't really stream with Woodrow anymore, but there's actually a lot of reasons why I don't stream with Woodrow, but this is the main one. I haven't even gone to like any social events that he would be in. Kind of gave up on doing D&D with all my friends that he was a part of. We're going to break through, so I might as well be ready. Did I kill that guy through the freaking window? Key. Anyway, I gotta focus on the door, so I'm just gonna let him be focused on the door. We're gosh damn sledgehammer. That's all I want, it's all I need. It's kind of a cool base idea though, I mean. Maybe in the future I'll expand to this. Sledgehammer. I'll take the wood glue though, it's always useful. Club hammer doesn't do anything. It's like the same thing as a normal hammer, it just doesn't do anything. It's not what I need, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's whack. My freaking phone turned off as well, so. One second, let me read your comments. I know betray is casual to thing in relationships, especially friendship. Best friends you can have and will support you whole life in middle and high school friends. Don't listen to people's. Just know that what you are for them. Yeah. There we go. So. To explain the car situation, so we needed a car, right? And Woodrow and his dad were very adamant on us buying their car, and it was only like, $2,400. At the beginning, they said it was gonna be $3,000, which, looking back on that should have been a huge red flag. But they lowered it to $2,300 or $2,400. Well, okay, so we didn't want to do a whole lot of research, and also we are just like, they know what condition their freaking car's in. I don't see why they would try to screw us over. Well, of course it's whack. You can't just understand what people's want or if they want to hurt you or not. Hurting doesn't need to be a punch or a stab. Exactly. So, how do I explain this? So, is that a wood cutting axe? Nope, just a hand axe. So, they tell us that they have this car for us, and it was like I want to say October, maybe even end of September. I don't know. It was a while ago that because Woodrow just bought a new car and had this one. It's kind of old, had 150,000 miles on it, not super bad shape. And so, and we needed a better car because the car that Whitney was using was, one, her mom's, and two, was from 92, right? And we were planning on getting a better car when I had a job. We went to the dealership, found out my mom can't co-sign anything because she has this contract. And her mom, Whitney's mom, was unwilling to sign anything because she claimed that Whitney needed to have a job for more than a year before she could do that. Even though she paid for her sister's car. Whether or not her sister had a job at the time, I have no idea. But she was willing to pay for her sister's car so she'd go to college, but she wasn't willing to get paid for or even co-sign. She didn't have to pay anything. She just had to co-sign it. So if we missed payment, she'd have to pay it, but we wouldn't do that. And, you might say, well, she can't trust that. And it's like, it's her freaking daughter, dude. And either way, she trusted the other daughter to do that, So, yeah, it's I'm just saying, bad parenting. It's what it is. No sugarcoating it. That's just terrible parenting. because it was obviously favoritism, right? I mean, what else would it be? Anyway, so Woodrow tells us about this car. He's like, and the car we were looking at was $8,000 at the dealership. Talk to relatives, just try to avoid them as long as possible, just like I do to my mother's relatives. Yeah, that's the thing, is that Whitney never knew that her relatives were kind of toxic until I showed up and was like, that's not okay, basically. So this is like kind of a new idea to her, and she is not ready and or willing to just like put them at a distance. Not that, and she's very, because of the toxic relationship she's had, she's very codependent on a lot of relationships with other people. And so, like, we tried to put distance between us and them for a week, and it didn't even last a week. She immediately, and she tried to do it behind my back 'cause she thought I was going to be super mad about it, and it's like, no, just, well, whatever. But zombie coming. Maybe there isn't. Yeah, I don't see any places there'd be a sledgehammer. Well, let's go, punks. So anyway, they tell us about this car, and they're like, you should just get it because it's it's way less than $8,000. Well, so it's 2,400. Well, the type of car is it's a Passat 2002. Okay, and we first made a deal with Woodrow to because we weren't going to be able to just like buy it straight up, and there's no way we could have saved enough to buy it straight up. I was only making $1,000 at the time, like $1,000 a week or a month, and half of that was going towards paying bills, just straight up paying bills, and not just not even utilities, just straight up paying what it cost to live in my apartment at the time, and so it was getting bad, right? I had maybe $500. No, not even maybe $500. So $475 was going towards just rent. Okay. And my mother's side, yeah. So $475 was just going towards rent alone. Okay. Then I had another. It was because when I lived that apartment by myself for like 3 weeks before Woodrow showed up, or decided to move in, basically, and you want to know what the expenses were, like the electrical expenses? $6. Now, of course, it wasn't the full month, and we didn't have the fridge turned up. We didn't know that we needed to for a while there, so we didn't have the fridge turned up or anything. And so like all my stuff, $6 for three or 2.5 weeks or something. Okay, well then summer hits and we have to get an AC unit. Okay, that bumps it up to like $60. We also figure out the fridge thing, so that's part of it as well. Bumps it up to $60 a month. Still not bad. It's only like $30 each. Well, the thing was that Woodrow was very adamant on having the AC unit in his room, so the rest of the apartment was 90 degrees, and his room was 60, and he had it on almost all day. Yeah, so it was bad. It was very bad, and I dealt with that for like, I think 2.5 months into summer. And was finally like, dude, I bought this AC unit. I'm moving it to the freaking kitchen so that it will actually cool down the apartment. Because I was paying half of this. I was paying half of the AC unit to cool down his room. On top of this, he didn't freaking clean anything. So I was like the maid because he didn't pick up after himself either. Especially at the beginning. So I was just the maid, and I was paying equal amount of rent and equal amount of utilities. Okay, but then he buys his own AC unit after I do that, like just buys his own AC unit, a window unit, and it bumps our freaking electrical bill up to like almost $200. Okay. Yeah, almost $200. And I am still paying half. He has a personal AC unit in his room. My AC unit went to a communal area. There's another generator. A communal area that it cooled down the house. It didn't cool down my room. My room was still freaking hot as shit every day. And not to mention, I was getting home at like 7, getting to bed at 8 a.m. And so when I was sleeping, it was in the middle of the day. He would complain that he was too hot in the middle of the night in a room that had windows, and he was just too lazy to put screens on them. Because we had the screens, but he didn't want to put screens on them. He told me I should just put a screen on my window instead of directing some of the airflow into my room. Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember where I got on that tangent. Anyway, so I'm paying half of all this. So I'm paying for at least September. We still had the AC units on. Why did it do that? I walked in. That's not how alarms work. Anyway, so for at least until the end of September, we had the AC units on. That's when I was supposed to, save up. So I was barely eating during the summer, by the way. And, oh, that's right. During the summer, I wasn't making $1,000 a month. I was making $700 a month. Yeah. $700. And I was paying one of those months I only paid $300 in rent, but for the rest of the summer months I was paying close to $600. So I had $100 for food. Yeah, it was a good thing that no freaking video games came out during that time, because I wouldn't have been able to buy them. Yeah, so $600 for I had a holy shit. Let me get the fetch out of here. So don't find a freaking sledgehammer. One sec, you commented something. I'll pause the game. Can't you just live yourself? I mean, you don't need to feed a doll that has no use. I mean, what do you mean? Like in the game? There's a lot of zombies. Anyway, so they kind of promised us this car, and then me and Woodrow come up with this solution of like, well, we can't pay this straight up. Like, even if we had the money for it, like, we would starve, right? Like, that's how, like, no one has $2,400 at my age, especially, I just lost my job, right? I had just lost my job like a week ago when we started talking about this. And so I was just like, we have to come up with something, because even all the money I've saved up, I need to use for food, right? Like, I need to use to live until I find some other source of income. And he was down for that. There was no problem. Like, he didn't bring up any problems, so I assume he was down for that. But okay, so we're using a car to DoorDash because I can't get a freaking job. And here's the thing: you could say, well, obviously McDonald's would hire you and stuff like that. Yes, they start hiring at you $10 an hour, which means I wouldn't have enough money to eat. Right? I literally can't pick that job. I just can't. Whitney picked a job that was $10 an hour. It just got raised to 12. We were making, I think, $600 a month off of that job. And a lot of jobs won't let you do full time. Like, they just won't. And would you want to be full time McDonald's? I don't know. You could say I'm being picky, but I would literally be wasting time because I would be working all day just so I could live, which means I'm not living, I'm just working. Oh shit. Farmer crew. Finally coming back to bite me, literally. Yeah, so I'd just be working all day and still would be making the same amount that I was making at my other job, which I was only working 3 nights a week. And I was making $1,000 a month, which was fine for me, like on my own, because one, I was pretty good at keeping a budget and convincing myself I don't need this, I don't need that. It's a lot harder when there's 2 people that you both agree that you want this thing, and then you just spend money. And that's what kind of my problem was this last month, that and the car thing. So, why are you living with a guy that doesn't help you daily chores and stuff? Yeah, I'm not living with him anymore. I'm just not. I'm very happy that I moved out because I even told him like 6 months in that I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous, dude. You're not cleaning up after yourself. You're not doing any chores. You're not doing anything. And he would like cook stuff and leave the pots with the food on the freaking stove so they all crust over. So not only are they harder to clean, they actually make living in there a life like a hazard. But so I do all this. So yeah, I was very happy to move away, and that house was filthy all the time. And you could say, "Oh, part of it was me." It probably was because I lost the will to clean up after myself because it was just because I was cleaning up after 2 people, and it was just ridiculous. So all that happens. I'm only getting $1,000 a month. More than half of it is being spent on just living, not food. Okay, just living. Let's underestimate it. $600. Okay, $600 was just living. That means $400 for food and other things. And yeah, $400 is quite a lot for food for one person. And I didn't spend it most of the time on just food. I bought whatever. I generally just spent my entire paycheck because there's nothing I was saving up for, you know. I should have been saving up for moving and whatnot. Now I know that, but I didn't know if I was going to be moving. Anyway, so I might as well just walk the path back because. Anyway. And you can see on the streams that he was involved in, me and Jordan kind of pulled back a lot when he was around. And I don't think it's really his fault. I think he legitimately has Asperger's, and he doesn't know. And in his mind, he's not being rude. He's just saying things. Which, whatever. But so we're just going to walk back. I'm going to tell the rest of the story. So I was spending more than half that on living, and, even if I saved up the $400, didn't eat a damn thing. For those 3 months I knew I was going to get this car, how much money would I have? $1,200, right? That is how much money I would have. Regardless whether or not he thinks I should have been able to save up more money, it doesn't matter. So, we're driving this trashy car, it breaks down. I have to call Woodrow, because he's the only person I know at this time that would be awake and has a car, to come pick us up. He's totally willing to come pick us up because, breakdowns are breakdowns. And and to be honest, he's kind of a nice guy in some ways. Like he really is, like just a standout guy. But in other ways, he's just anyway. That's sidetracking. So he comes picks us up. We drop the car off at this freaking parking lot for a church, and Whitney, for whatever reason, doesn't take everything out of it. She didn't take pretty much anything out of it, but that's a different conversation. We get dropped off the next day. So we already made this plan with Woodrow of like how I'm going to pay off the car over time, and because I can't get a loan, Wells Fargo's gay, and I already applied for a loan, didn't get it, and basically my credit score got dropped because of that. I had to know. By the way, Wells Fargo is dumb as hell. I had to apply for the loan to see if I qualified. So I couldn't even ask if I'd qualify for it. So if you just don't have, I didn't have any credit at all. I didn't have a credit card, didn't have anything. I didn't have any credit. And anyway, so I applied for a loan for the car, didn't get it. It made my credit score worse, and so I couldn't get a loan. So I asked him if we could just do a loan system. I pay this right now, how much I pay a month. Totally fine with it. Totally fine with it. At least he didn't, give any complaints. And so we're doing, that was a month beforehand, or at least 2 weeks beforehand. And so we're just that's what we think that's going to happen. We talked about it. This is what's going to happen. We didn't write anything down because, it's just, we had talked about it. Well, the morning after her car breaks down, Woodrow tells me, yeah, so you're not getting the Volkswagen anymore. You're getting the shitty 1994 car that barely runs. And of course, he wasn't going to charge me the $1,200, or the $2,400, but, and one of his reasons why, because he was going to give that card away to a couple he thinks needs it. Our car just broke down the night before. He knows this because he helped us, okay? He knows this. And he said that to my face, that he's giving to a couple that needs it. I find out the couple had a working car, it was just on its last legs. Yeah. And I had to inform Woodrow, dude, that's ridiculous. Right? That is straight up ridiculous. And if you don't want me to take that personally, too bad. That you not only know a couple that needs it more, but he was just going to give it to them. And instead of, giving it to us, I don't think that, I wouldn't have been okay with that, but yeah, instead of that, he makes us pay for it, and I find out he made us pay top dollar for this car, okay? Top dollar. We are unable to get the car because he didn't let us move it to our new apartment before taking his plates off, right? And he doesn't give us the bill of sale. And he changes the thing where I have to give him a down payment now. At least I understood that I had to give him a down payment. And so I told him maybe I could get $500, So I gave him $500. This is also the same month I was paying for the down payment of this apartment, paying for all the new utility shit, all that crap, and he springs this on us. So that happens. Already he's being kind of a dick about it, right? We get the car, finally, because we couldn't go pick it up. We get to it, the battery's dead, so we jump it, we get it to the apartment, and it dies the next day. Yeah, I saw him show up. Game. It's not really a... Yeah. So we get it back to the apartment, the next day, it's dead again. Because apparently Woodrow told me that the battery needed replaced. And the way I understood it was that his other car needed the battery replaced, but apparently it was both. or just one. I don't know. So the battery needed replaced, I guess. He managed to pay top dollar for this, by the way. So it was. I looked up the price of this car. Like the most you could charge someone for it was $2,400, and that's if it's in prime condition. Okay. Let me tell you what condition this car was in. Battery needed replaced. So we couldn't even drive it for the first few days because we didn't have the money to buy a battery. Well, when he got paid, we had to spend $100 on a battery. I would rather spend 80, but it doesn't really freaking matter. It was like $117 because of tax, but okay. So we buy it. Spend $100 on the battery. Well, we also find out that there's this brake thing that's wrong with it, and technically us driving around with that brake thing wrong is illegal, in the snow at least. And then we find out because he put the full price of the car on the bill of sale that it's going to cost us $250 fetching dollars to register the car. $250 to register the car. So if you're adding this all up, that is 200. That is $360 something dollars. Plus the $500 I already paid the down payment for on a car we were unable to use for 3 weeks or 2.5 or something because we couldn't use the battery. Yeah, if you add it up, it's like 2, maybe a little bit more this last month. Okay. Our main source of income is DoorDash, which means if we can't drive, we can't eat, right? So 2 weeks, let's just round it down, 2 weeks. And we're not being super good with DoorDash yet, so in those 2 weeks, we would have made $500 or $500 to $450, right? Actually, no, it would have been closer to 500 or over. So let's just say $500. It would not have been $450. Literally impossible to be $450. We make at least $250 a week. So, if you're doing your math, this car in 1 month has cost us $1,100 and something dollars. Okay? That's how much it's cost us. Okay. So we were driving around without plates on for a while, just so we could earn money to eat, right? Because Whitney's jobs weren't really paying her enough. She had just quit her babysitting job because she got a raise in the other job, and so we needed to get some food money, basically. And Woodrow sees us without plates. The next time we see him, he threatens us and says, if you don't have it registered by Monday, I'm repossessing the car. So I inform him, you can't do that. You didn't have us sign anything that said we needed to, get it registered within a time frame. You are not a car dealership. You did not have us sign any documents that would give you any purpose to any reason to repossess the car other than missing payments. But even then, we didn't sign a document for that. So you could just claim at any time that I didn't pay what I was supposed to pay. But if you repossess the car because we didn't get it, registered, and his thought process on this was, well, if you don't get it registered, it comes back on me, and a bunch of stuff can happen to me. Okay, I looked up the laws in Utah. That's not true. Well, it is. If I get pulled over and decide I'm not going to pay that bill, or I'm not going to, like if I decide I'm not going to pay that bill, or I'm not going to show up to court, yes, he would have to show up to court. If I decide to do that, we can argue all day whether or not I would actually do that. I definitely wouldn't, but whatever. Anyway, if I get in an accident or if I do something illegal with the car, And if I don't show up or whatever, it's on him. Okay. So if I'm just being an absolute piece of trash, it's going to be on him. That's the only instance where it backfires on him. Right? And so he is demanding that we get it registered this next day. I tell him, I'm just waiting for DoorDash to pay me, and then, it's paying me tonight, and tomorrow I'm going to get it registered. Right? Like, just chill out, bro. Also, you repossess car, I will see you. I have not violated any of our agreements, and so, yeah. But, here's the thing. He went and applied for a new title the day that we went to register the car. So, I don't know if you know what that means. Oh. Can you just say, dude, literally, you're damn unlucky and treated like shit by others. You can talk with me, no worries. Okay. So, if you don't know what that means, it means nothing can be done with the transferring of that title until it's done processing, which Utah just passed a new law, which means you guys wait 4 days. Well, 4 days from Tuesday is what day is that? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday. The DMV is not open on Saturdays. At least that's what I was told. Either way, I mean, yeah. But we were told it was a week. So we didn't get registered until the next Tuesday, okay? So we've already missed out. On, yeah. So I already told you the 2 weeks. That was the other week. So with waiting for being able to buy the battery and getting a ride to buy the battery and all the other shit that happened, we couldn't drive a car for a total of 2 weeks this month. Okay. So we finally paid the thing. It's $250 fetching dollars. And then he is making us go sign more stuff for the car, all this, nonsense. He's getting up on my ass about everything. He's bringing it up in front of our friends when I'm not even there to complain about it, and they all hate it. He's making it so, like, he's adding all this drama to the group, which is why I haven't, done any D&D with them, because last time we did it, Woodjoe made it a pain in the ass, right? I'd love to just kick him out, but anyway. So, let's see what I'm trying to do here. So, that happens. So, we lost about $500 of revenue this month, plus spending $360 plus spending the $500. So what he told me, and we didn't get this in writing, of course, because I trusted him and I was an idiot. Also, I kind of feel like it's a douchebaggery to make him sign something, but he wouldn't give me the car until I gave him the first payment, right? Which, fair enough, but the first payment was $500, and he told me he'd start fixing stuff when I gave him the payment. I gave him the payment, and a week goes by. We needed the car by that weekend. He didn't care, That's why I gave him the payment so soon. He didn't work on it. He didn't bring it to a shop. Nothing. That was it, right? Sat around, played video games. He was also super, not rude. I don't think he meant to be, but he would be screaming all day about video games, and then he would, while I'm streaming, you can see the streams, and you can see when, like, my emotions, like, fall because of it. He'll walk into the freaking living room blasting, TikToks, copyrighted music on his phone, and when I make jokes about it, like, hey, I'm streaming, you're gonna get me copyright strike. He's like, I don't care. or good, as a joke, but still. And then he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't get headphones. He'd never wear headphones. And that was just when I was streaming. He would do that all the time when I wasn't streaming, when I was watching movies, when I was doing whatever. He'd just be blasting freaking sounds off his phone. And one thing, it's one thing to be watching a movie, right? I don't expect him to have headphones on when he's fetching a movie. But he does have headphones on ever. On his phone. On his computer. I mean, he has headphones on when he's playing a video game, but he's screaming his freaking nuts off. It's obnoxious as hell. And, anyway, this is all. So, this whole thing happened with the car this month. And I was like, dude. And he's demanding all these demands, right? Of us doing this with the car, us doing that, us doing this. And I just straight up tell him, dude, you owe me $400. Because, okay, this is going back to when we started living together. I paid the entire security deposit and then half of first month's rent. Okay? What it was supposed to be was I paid the entire security deposit, he pays first month's rent, we're even. But first month's rent was only $200. And he wasn't okay with paying it by himself, so I offered to pay half. Even though he makes, let's just say, 4 times as much as I did a month. Okay. I never saw it happen though, but it sounds disrespectful. Yeah, it was never usually when you were there, Zadis, but if you go to watch like my streams while I was living there, almost half of them, he either has his work blaring in the background, or he'll come in at some point with a phone, blasting music and not turning it down. And he always but he was always, whenever I hung out with Jordan, because me and Jordan are friends, we go DoorDash together. Whenever I hung out with Jordan, he'd be like, dude, what the heck? He's my friend too. And I'm like, okay, we're not going to invite you to freaking DoorDash. That's just the thing that we do. Yeah, he was something. Anyway, I'm not going to say this all now because I don't even think he's a subscriber to the channel, to be honest. And even if he was, I don't think he'd ever watch it. Yeah. Anyway, so he started making all these demands, and he never paid me back for half the security deposit for the other apartment, which was $600, right? 200 of it is non-refundable. But since he's still living there, that means when he moves, he gets that money back that he didn't pay, right? And so he's making all these demands this month of he literally demanded us pay $800 for this car in 1 month. I mean, indirectly, but yes, he demanded a down payment. That was $500, so that's $500. You didn't fix anything on the car except for that it doesn't beep at you constantly. Okay, and I'll tell you what's wrong with the car in a sec. But so $500 for that. That's the only thing he fixed. He didn't get a new battery. He didn't do anything else. Just $500, and he fixed that it doesn't beep, right? Not that you can't freaking drive it because the battery's bad, but that's all he fixed. Then he demands that we pay $250 for the registration fee. $250. Yeah. And demands that we pay for the battery. So this car actually costs about $360 more than what we agreed upon. And then he cost us $500 of work revenue because of all the shit that was wrong with the car or the registration thing that he messed up. So we are down the hole $1,300, and he's still making all these demands, saying that we have to come over and sign more shit for the car. And I'm just like, dude, if this is literally how you're gonna be with this car, then you owe me $400. You owe me $300 for the security deposit, your half, right? He should just pay me the 400. And then there was what was the other 100? Oh, and then the AC unit, because my new apartment has AC, right? It has AC built into it. The AC unit that I bought, I just, I told him, hey, I can give you this. Just take like $100 off the car, and it would, you'd have it. Well, because he was making all these demands, and we weren't going to be able to pay rent. We weren't going to be able to, to do anything. I'm like, dude, I need this $400 that you owe me. You owe me the $400. You should pay me. And he says, oh, I don't, I'm not able to do that right now. You're going to have to call the landlord and figure that out. It's like, no, I don't have to call the landlord. You're the one that extended the lease. You owe me, right? Then he ghosted me. Hasn't texted me back. At all. Because he knows I'm right? Or else he would be like, no, this is what you need to do, right? No, he knows I'm right. But he doesn't want to pay me $400. Anything that costs him money that he doesn't want to pay for, he won't. Right? There were... And to be honest, I should charge him $100 for every single month we lived together. At least 8 of them. Because I'm pretty sure he did maybe a month's worth of cleaning total the 9 months I lived with him. I should really charge him $100 for every one of those months. Because of how much I had to clean up after him. And towards the end, it was getting bad because I lost all will to clean up after him. It was getting so bad. And there was literally less than a week apart, I had to deep clean the kitchen. Twice. Less than a week apart. It was bad. Okay, let's get to playing this game though. Huh? Character's getting bored. I'm getting bored. I didn't freaking find anything. Hello. I've just been telling the story about Woodrow and the car on stream to Sadice. How was work?
Horrible.
Really? Well, that's all I'm going to do for today. I know I said I wasn't going to stop streaming until that, but I don't know. To end off the story, the condition the car is in. So the battery needed replaced, $100. The door panel on the driver's side is not connected. It's connected by Scotch tape or electrical tape or something. That's it. That's all it's connected by. Yeah. The car still beeps at us. There's the brake thing that's broken and technically illegal to drive. Yeah. And the bumper just fell off. And glove box handle's broken. I mean, it's in semi-decent condition, right? But it's not in prime condition. It wasn't perfectly drivable when we got it. That immediately should have taken off $500. Because if we bring it to a shop, it's going to cost at least $300 more. At least. That's if they don't have to fix any hardware, just software. But yeah. Anyway. My rant's over. I'm going to end the stream. So, Deez, if you're still there, have fun, I guess. Going to bed. And, yeah.